I am Chef Melissa of the Firehouse Community Arts Center.
Yeah.
And we are here with CEO, Mr. Phil Jackson.
Awesome, great.
So today we're doing our version, the Firehouse's version of not really hot ones because we have an array of sauces, but
The good ones.
the good ones. We're gonna call it the good ones.
The bussin'. Ain't got nothing on the hot one. The hot one ain't got nothing on us.
So we're gonna go through the different Firehouse sauces that we offer here at the Firehouse. They can be purchased online through our website. They can also be purchased if you come to the Firehouse, and we're just gonna go through them, and we have a couple of new sauces we're gonna introduce while we do a little Q&A with Pastor Phil here, and we're gonna do a little back and forth. So
I am Pastor Phil Jackson. I serve as the founder and CEO of the Firehouse Community Arts Center, in which we have owned this building, started this work since 2007, and are excited about the movement of food in this food desert community. Oh my gosh, not only just good food, but healthy food, enjoyable food. Food brings people together. And so, in addition to that, training people on the food so that folks can learn a skill and move towards a career like the powerful, influential Chef Melissa. Yes. And so the creativity out of the kitchen is just crazy. So tell me about this first sauce.
okay, so we're gonna start with the mango habanero, which is habanero peppers, frozen mangoes, and then we blend it all together and throw a little magic in there.
Woo, can't tell you that. We can't tell
Take out the
you.
recipe.
You can almost
Bye.
drink this sauce if you want to.
Oh, we're gonna try it on the first
We're
one.
gonna try it on the first wing right here. You put it on. You don't even waste no time. Put it on everywhere on the wing. Let the whole wing bathe in it. That way it ain't never scared. Now watch this.
Well, I'm
Watch
gonna
this.
do flats because I was like,
Oh, we're gonna do flat. Okay.
Flat only.
Bam. Okay. All right. I want to look, bathe it in the parts, in the inner parts. Okay. There we go. Now watch this now. The great thing about this sauce is you can smell it. I mean, the nose is the first tester of what you're about to eat, and it's very alert. And the beauty about the sauce is that if you like mangoes, you like things sweet, it does a subtle sweetness, which you're like, oh no, it's sweet on my meat. That don't sound right. But it does it so joyfully, meaning that it's like you would never expect it to taste this good if you've never had that mango and the habanero together. You will never see me make a face that would not be joyful and celebratory. If it's hot or not, yes, I'm not gonna be like the show. You get the faces and they're going crazy because it's too hot.
we got 5 more wings.
I know, but we gotta
five more
have,
sauces.
but we done bathed it. All right, I'm gonna take a break for a second.
We're gonna get into our signature smoky mild barbecue sauce.
Yes. In Chicago, you know, people think they know what mild sauce is until they taste the hickory smoke sauce from the Firehouse. What? I'm talking about, it's like they made it, smoked it itself, like you smoked the sauce. Like you have, you smoke meat, you smoke the sauce. It's so good. It's like, it is not overpowering of the flavor of the chicken. That's what's so good about it, you know?
So Pastor Phil, why did you decide to bring a catering company alongside with full distribution here to North Lawndale?
Well, North Lawndale residents are so resilient. And the things that have happened in North Lawndale, all the disinvestment, from the riots from the 60s, there's not been any real investment in North Lawndale in comparison to other cities or even in other parts of Chicago with the riots kicked off. And so grocery stores have come and they've gone, but they only came for like a bogus agenda. They never really stayed, they never really hired a lot of folks inside. So our effort is to say, let's complement this food challenge that we have with prepared food and food that tastes great. There's not a lot of restaurants that are in North Lawndale where you can just sit down and eat. There's a lot of to-go things, but there's not a lot of catering companies in North Lawndale. There are people who have a restaurant and they may take big orders, but not like a direct cater. So we felt that was unique. And then two, we're able to hire young people that great chefs are able to teach. Give young men a pathway that says, wow, I can really see myself in this restaurant. And maybe even create their own sauces that they would even like. So it's the possibilities are limitless to me. I believe that with the resilience folks in North Carolina, folks have just let stuff happen to them because of the feeling of powerlessness, and through the food, catering, and the distribution. I believe it has created a sense of power for them. When I talk to some of the residents who come and get the food, I talk to young guy Ernest, and just praying with him. He's taking care of his mama and his wife. His wife's got this arthritis, so he's going back and forth. But the food helps him with his wife and with his mom, and that is empowering. Versus going to a food desert, a grocery store that you can't find, you can't get all the food you need, the produce and etc. And now you have to make the best you can with the people you're serving and helping to be healthy. So all those factors like that, and there's many more stories that prompted us to make this a reality.
Okay, so now we're gonna get into my favorite.
Come on
the
now.
White smoke is my favorite.
See, we're not racist around here. we got the biracial habanero. We got the dark skinned hickory, and we got the white smoke.
You know what? I think that's what best represents Lawndale. That's what best represents North Lawndale. It's a North Lawndale is multicultural.
Yeah.
You see all different types of people here of North Lawndale.
You do.
So that's why we got the Firehouse, different sauce lines. So
to represent the ethnicities and the different taste buds of those ethnicities. And this is unique. Now, what is it in the white, like, smoke? Why is that? Like, that's just so unique. You don't see these on the shelf that way too much.
So the white barbecue was an ode to Alabama. It's a Bama sauce.
Wow.
The white sauce in Alabama.
Ode to Alabama.
Yes. It's an ode to the Bama sauce. Some people, like we call it a white smoke. Some people call it comeback sauce. But it's a mayonnaise based sauce.
Wow.
But you got your sweet, you got your smoky, you got your hickory, you have that creaminess from the mayonnaise and everything else.
Yeah. So Alabama style is kind of creative in that way. Wow. Man, I never knew that part. And the mayonnaise gives it that creamy, smooth taste, right? You got the roasted garlic in there, like onions and spices. A lot of people even use this on salad, do they not? Do they put it on salad?
Yeah, some people have put it on their salad. But we have a smoked Caesar dressing that we're introducing when we introduce our salads and everything else. There's a smoked Caesar dressing.
Wow.
On our salad.
That's how good the salad, the dressings. I mean the sauces are. You can use them on the meat. You can use them on a salad, a sandwich. You know, you might even want to have them on some fish.
So now we're going to get into our two new sauces.
Yeah.
Our hot honey.
Ooh, hot honey. Look how slow it goes, because the honey is just dripping. Look at that honey. Just look. Ooh, you can just lay it. Yeah. Smash it down. Oh man, you can taste the honey right there. Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. See, this is like Chicago like their sauce is sweet. You know, so to me that gives that sweet and the spiciness a little bit with the little peppers in there. I see little peppers looking right at me.
So what we do is we let the red pepper flakes ferment with the garlic and the honey, and we just let it sit on the shelf.
Get out of here.
It just hangs out.
Wow. And it's just like, is there a certain amount of time it has to ferment? Sit there?
At least 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that the red pepper can really show through.
You see, that is some real, like people saute or whatever. There's some sauteing-ness in the sauce. You know, where it just, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, we take the garlic and we do saute it so it releases the oils and everything else to begin the process.
Wow. That's some care. That's really care. We'll just splash it together, shake it up, and put it in a container. It's gotta wait 2 weeks. You may be in a rush. Gotta wait 2 weeks.
Our last sauce, which is our newest honey mustard sauce ode to Lakina.
Oh.
This was made personally for Dr. Lakina Young, because she loves honey mustard. Shout out, Kina.
Yep.
So this is our last sauce. So, Phil, where do you see Firehouse distribution and also the Firehouse caters in, let's just say, the next 5 years? What's the bigger picture?
So, one, we have awesome staff that that drives the purpose of where we're going, which I fully trust in their discernment, wisdom, and being relevant around food, both on what is needed to be prepared, how do we need to prepare, whether it's fish now, whether it's this kind of vegetarian dish. So constantly being aware of what's relevant for our culture and our community. That's key. Two, a food truck that will serve as our own little restaurant on wheels and serve to distribute food on wheels as well. I'd love to use it for business during the daytime in different places downtown, north side or what have you, but then in the evening, there might be a couple of nights a week when things are really stressful for people in certain times of the month, and we come out with a food truck and you can get your plates right then, just like we do food distribution, but maybe it's plated food distribution. We can have things at the train line and various things like that. I mean, I think the possibilities are limitless. I mean, I know we've talked about seasoning. How can we have seasoning that's there? You know, is there a way in which we can prepare certain foods that are sold at a store that are like, everybody likes the taste of this type of food. Maybe it's our own. Chicago's known for all of its pizzas. I don't want to compete with that world, but it could be something along those lines, but it could come from the young people who are creating and learning themselves. So I think the possibilities are endless. I mean, if there's a possibility where we can franchise some stuff, where it becomes like they're taking our sauce or our particular style of cooking in certain ways in different parts of the country. I mean, to me, it just goes as far and as wide as your mind can stretch it, with the creativity of the team. I want to make that happen. Yeah. All right, here we go. Now, what makes this different in comparison to like honey mustard in other situations, other places? It was cooked downstairs.
Right, it was made in the firehouse. It was made with love. So, I'll give away the secret, but you guys don't have the recipe. Our secret is a little bit of our barbecue spice.
Okay.
So it makes it just a little bit different, because basic honey mustard is honey and mustard. Some people use mayonnaise. I use mayonnaise in my honey mustard. And then this one's got a little hint of that Firehouse sauce rub. So that we use on everything for our, we have a chip seasoning, we have a dry rub and everything else that goes into every aspect of it.
Yeah, and this to me is a smoother honey mustard than I've had just other honey mustard stuff. Like when you dip in honey mustard for nuggets or something like that, some fast food place. And I don't mind a little bite, but it's like you actually just got mustard and not just a whole honey mustard. This is
a lot of them are mustard forward, and we wanted a more of a rounded sauce.
Yeah, and that's what I'm tasting, right? And so it's like a comfortable mustard taste. You still get that mustard taste that you like, but all the other ingredients that you talked about in there too. Yo, that's off that chain. That's good. Yes. I see our work, I always want to continue to push the envelope. Like what are we not seeing? What are we not looking at? And oftentimes when you get in a groove, which is great, you stay in that groove and things are successful, things are moving on. But like you need to look up and be like, okay, here's a unique way we can bring another aspect of catering. I know when we talked to Dave Raymond from Sweet Baby Ray's Barbecue, who helped us master 4 key things, knock those out, and then people begin to grow. And I think we're mastering those and continue to grow, but there are other things that we may dive into. I mean, even stretching the palate of residents in North London to eat some food that would be tasteful, but they never thought that they would even think about eating something.
Yes, we do that in distribution. We do try to mix up the different types of cuisines that we offer, not just what they're used to. I like to stretch the palate because I'm classically trained, and I've been trained in several other types of cuisines. So I like to throw in Middle Eastern some weeks, and like we had buttered chicken one week, and everybody was like, "Why is it that color red?" I'm just like, just eat it, just try it. It's different. Like we try to mix it up because when it comes to North Lawndale, I realize myself personally that there's not a lot of ethnic diverse restaurants here.
Right.
Or I may be wrong, but I have not seen them.
Right. That's true.
So, and then some people I see as in food distribution, some people may be afraid to try something different. They don't want to spend their money. Like, oh no, I spent my money on that. That was disgusting. But so I see, like, I'm giving you a trial and error. I may have changed your whole life. Now you like Mediterranean food. Now you're like, oh, Chef Melissa, where can I get some Mediterranean food at?
Right.
I mean, I don't know on the west side, but we can figure something out.
Exactly.
So I like to do that so that, because I was fortunate to try different things. So I think that as far as going with teaching the guys and feeding North Lawndale, I try to give everybody a bit of aspect of things that I was able to get as a child.
Right.
I was able to get different types of cuisines and everything else.
Yeah.
So I mean, I give that to my children at home.
Yeah.
So I'm loving sharing that goal with North Lawndale to give everyone something different. Because I mean, who doesn't love a burger with cheese and bacon and everything else? Who doesn't love orange chicken? But you need to try something different.
Right.
Because if you try something, you never know.
Right. I mean, when I met my wife, I didn't try nothing. Spaghetti, meat sauce, steak, pizza, all this American. Then we ate some shrimp fried rice, which seems lame, but it was like, my family never ate no Chinese food. All of a sudden, it's like, okay, this is good. What are these other shrimp? All of a sudden, I began to desire other tastes. You know what I mean? And then learning even how to cook them or how to prepare them and enjoy them even in my own house versus always having to go out. So this is a part of our work at the fire. I mean, we want to do pop-ups, where folks that come by, have your core food that you may like, but also hear this other food that you never knew you would even enjoy.
Well, thank you, Pastor Phil. That's the end of the sauces for today.
The sauce, now we're gonna finish the rest of the chicken. Don't get it twisted. He's about to smash the rest of the chicken, but we want to be polite. But we thank you and dive into this work with us. Hire our catering company, buy our sauces, get our sauces in the stores, because if you do, you'll be forever blessed.